guys, so Kelly over at Bookish Kelly tagged me in I think it was the Untouched Books Tag, and so thanks for the tag, Kelly. And in this you were supposed to go over 10 books that you've had on your shelves for over a year and that you haven't read. So, first one I have here is Brother by Angela Hunt. I have no idea how long ago I got this. It was a while. It's book 2 in the series, and I'm just looking for book 1. But this is I didn't realize it was book 2 when I bought it, and I'd rather read them in order, so, this is it's a Joseph story, but again, it's book 2. I'd like to read book 1 first. So that's why I haven't read that one. All right. Now, the rest of these, I don't... that was the only one I looked at my shelves and I'm like, I know I got this before BookTube. So, I think it was before BookTube. So, the rest of these, I have hauls on them, so that's how I was able to figure out what books I've owned over a year, is I went back to watch some old hauls. So, the Forsaken Island by Sharon Hink. This is a Christian fantasy in a world where they live on an island that moves. It's not anchored. And so to keep it still, there are people who do this intricate dance every day in order to keep the island from moving. So this is book 2. I really liked book 1. I just need to get around to it. It's one of my favorites of 2023, I think. So I need to get around to reading that. And then the book that I've talked about so many times wanting to read that I still haven't read. Any guesses? Once a Queen by Sarah Arthur. Yeah, I've also had this one over a year and still haven't read it. Again, it goes at the bottom of my stack because y'all know how... Which I don't actually have them like that right now. But typically, the way I organize my TBR is most excited at the bottom. Most excited to read at the bottom. They're not actually like that right now because my TBR is so big. It's not normally this big, but it is now. Because I used to not go to McKay's very much because we lived 45 minutes away and now we live closer. And so I go more. That's part of why. But anyways, this is kind of like it's not officially, but it's sort of written to be a sequel to Narnia, about Susan and her granddaughter. Sort of is the idea that I am gathering from this summary. And so, of course, it's sort of Narnia related. I want to read it. I just haven't gotten to it yet. All right. And then A Winter by the Sea by Julie Klassen. I don't know exactly what this one is necessary. Oh, Queen Victoria and her parents come to the area and stay nearby. Yeah, I really want to read this. Book 1 was really great because of something I don't want to say because it feels like a spoiler because it was so exciting to me when it happened. But, if you have a guess as to what I'm talking about, leave it in the comments and I will confirm or deny. But I really want to read book 2 and book 3 and the novella, but I just haven't yet, so I need to read that. And then Anomaly by Krista McGee is also on this list. This is a dystopian world of some kind. What is the dystopian thing? No emotions. Okay. Yeah, no emotions. That's the dystopian world. And she is, of course, born with emotions. And so that is... I heard about this one. I didn't finish that sentence because I didn't know where it was going. That's the dystopian aspect of this world, I guess. I heard about this one from Lindsay over at BFCG, and she and I have similar tastes, so I'm hoping I like this. I need to get to it. So many books, so little time. And reading physically is just harder. It's a lot easier for me to sit down with my phone and just hit pages on the Kindle or have an audiobook going while I'm doing something. Physically, reading is the hardest of all of the methods of reading. Does anyone else? Please tell me other people think that too. Please tell me I'm not the only one who thinks that physical reading is just harder. All right, then Nova by Chuck Black. Yeah, I really want to read this. Chuck Black is one of my favorite authors, at least for the... Oh, it's behind Star Wars. Kingdom Trilogy is back here, or not trilogy, series is back there, and then the Wars of the Realm trilogy. I loved that too. So will I love Nova? I am 99% sure I'm going to love this book. So much so that even though I haven't read Nova, I'll have Flight. I bought Flight, book 2. I bought book 2, not having read book 1, because I'm just that confident I'm going to enjoy it. I normally don't do that unless they're $2 or something, $2 or less at McKay's. So yes, but I saw it at McKay's, and I was like, book 2 at McKay's, and I'm like, I'm gonna like this series, so I need to go ahead and buy book 2. But yeah, I need to sit down and make myself read it. Then I have Winning This Miss Winthrop by Carolyn Miller. The reason I haven't read this one yet, I actually do have a reason. This is just like it's a Regency romance, you know. The reason I haven't read this one is I actually have a reason. I think something I want to say on the Goodreads of this book made me think that her first series is connected to this series, and I wanted to read them in order. If you know better, if you know if that's true or not, let me know. Yeah, that's why I haven't read this one, is because I think it would be better to read the first series first and then read this one. But if they're not connected, then that doesn't matter. But you know, some authors, like all of their, like Connelly Cassette is the main one that I think of for that. Is her first series connects to her second series, connects to her third series, connects to her fourth series. Are there 4 now? Yeah, 4. Fourth series. So that's why I haven't read this one yet. Let's see. The King's Elite, part 1, second edition, is I believe this is a Christian fantasy. It is I think it's not magical. I'm not confident about that, of course, but it just, again, it was $3 at McKay's. Christian fantasy. I'm going to take a chance on a $3 book. All right, 2 more. And I bought these at the same time as others, so there are others that were in that haul, but we're just going to do the first 2 I talked about in the video. Escape from Amsterdam. This is part of the Heroines of World War II series. These both are. This one is a teacher devises a plot to help children escape the Nazis. So it sounds fun. I just haven't read it yet. Fun fact, I bought this one again, not remembering that I'd already bought it. So that was great. I found it. Like, I was putting them on the shelves, and I'm like, oh, oops. So the other one went to McKay's. And then A Picture of Hope by Liz Tolsma. This is, again, also part of the Heroines of World War II series. A photojournalist risks her life to save a very special child. See, these sound really good, and I've liked all the books I've read in this series. In fact, I've actually kept all of them, which I haven't done for all of the other Barber, like, multi-author series. I've gotten rid of some of the black ones. True Colors crime series. Just some of them were too disturbing for me. One of them I DNF'd. One of them I finished, but it was just a little too disturbing. I've kept some of the, and then the other one, Doors of the Past, I have kept a couple, but most of those I've just gotten rid of because I just didn't enjoy them as much. Didn't see myself rereading them, but I've kept all of these that I've read, and I've also kept all of the Brides of the Mayflower, because again, those, or Daughters of the Mayflower, the Mayflower one. I've kept all those because those connect also. I need to reread those at some point, but I have so many books that I haven't read. I don't like rereading when I have books I've already read. All right, so those are the 10 books that I have had on my shelves for more than a year that I haven't read. So, do you have any books on your shelf that you haven't read for more than a year? Please let me know I'm not the only one doing that. Let's see. I will tag some people. I will tag Taylor over at Tales and Treats with Tay. And I'm going to tag Celestia. And I will tag... Who else do I want to tag? I'll tag Reese over at the Writing Songbird. No pressure to do this, ladies, if you don't want to, but I just thought that was fun to share books that maybe you forgot you had on your shelf. You're like, oh yeah, I should read this one. All right. Please like and subscribe, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.